I'm sitting here at 3.3 and going to do the checklist, and I'll go ahead and go through the checklist now. First item, throttle setting 1700, left engine first. Throttle setting 1700. Alternator, switch to left, check for charge, check. Magneto, check for 50 RPM differential, check. RPM, check. When it's cold, you kind of do it, like to do it twice, get the oil going through that prop governor. Check. Vacuum source, left engine, check. Oil temperature, left engine in the green, check, check. Okay, repeat steps 1 to 6 for the right engine. 1700 RPMs, check. Alternator on the right, check for charge, check. Magnetos, off, off, and double check that all 4 are back on, check. Propeller, this one is faster, so we'll just do this twice so it's a little cool out, check. Okay, full forward position, check. Vacuum source, check. Right engine in oil temperature gauges, check. Okay, trim control to takeoff, check. Alternate air, check in. The alternate air is if you get mud or snow on the intakes for the engine, you open the alternate air and it draws engine in from the engine compartment. It also enriches the mixture too. Okay, alternate air check in. Cow flaps, check open. Wing flaps, check 0. Flight controls free and correct. Thumbs up, you go thumbs up, and the one you're pointing to, the aileron, should be up. It's very important right after an annual inspection if they re-rig the controls. Cabin doors and windows closed and locked, check. Flight instruments and radios. We're heading 280 on the compass. Check that. We're going to be heading course 020, we'll set that up. We have the tower, we have the departure, we have the ATIS. Okay, fuel boost pumps on low, we're ready to call the tower. Here's a little bit of inside of the cockpit. What looking at in cruise here.
This is Victor, sir, advise you turn 10 degrees left for traffic.
That's the Adf indicator for the Adf. All I do is listen to the radio with it. This is my pad I use for instrument approaches to keep notes. Airspeed indicator, turn coordinator, artificial horizon, attitude indicator,
Victor, traffic now 12 o'clock.
HSI,
Down Skyline 5500.
altimeter, vertical speed indicator, VOR with glide slope. That's hooked up to the number 2 radio.
On your present heading, traffic will be no factor. You can contact NorCal.
There's the fuel totalizer. It tells me fuel remaining and how many an hour I'm using for each engine. And then what we do is we do the EGTs to like the high 1600s for each engine.
Target type and altitude unknown or maneuver.
Manifold pressure for both engines, RPMs for both engines, fuel flow indicator, which works in conjunction with the totalizer. There's the left engine oil pressure, oil temperature, cylinder head temperature. There's the right engine one. There's a fuel indicator for the main tanks, which are on the tips, 50 on the tips on each side. And then the inbound one is 20 for the auxiliaries.
November 616 traffic.
And there's the auxiliary fuel gauge indicator. Here's the outside air temperature. Pretty warm out today, 20 Celsius, which is about 67 degrees it looks like. Hobbs meter. And there's the suction of the gyro, the vacuum. I have two vacuum pumps, one on each engine. And if one of them fails, which has happened in flight, a red button will pop out from below them. And then they got the de-ice indicator. That's for the prop de-ice. It rotates around. Below that, go around this here, is the oxygen, built-in oxygen tank showing how much pressure is there.
November 901, Quebec, sir. Stay on course heading to Hotel Echo Sierra Airport.
Here's the indicator. This is the control. This is the flaps here. This is the heater, cabin air, defrost, and forward cabin air, controlled by the heater switch here. Flap indicator there, alternator there. This is the old gear handle. Notice the gear handle is round like a wheel, and then the flap is flat like a flap. Transponder down here, avionics master. Let me switch around here. Here's the magnetos. Oops, sorry, I dropped you. Here's the magnetos, the red ones. Battery and the alternator. Starter button for left and right. Fuel boost pumps, left and right. This is for the regulator. Here's the instrument lights for night. There's 4 switches. Here are the cow flaps down below. These are the fuel selectors. You can set it to main, auxiliary, you can cross feed, and then lastly, up above here, these are the landing lights. That's the de-ice light. You can turn on a light that goes across the leading edge, and you can see if you're getting any ice at night.
3 miles, maneuvering type and altitude unknown.
These are the taxi light here and the nav lights here.
Be advised, 2 targets are observed unverified maneuvering in that area.
Rotating beacon, strobe, prop de-ice, pitot heat, and lastly,
424, radar contact 20 miles east of Bronx Airport.
the heater or the fan for the cabin. And then of course you got the control yoke. Here we have the throttle for the manifold pressure. The prop control, which looks like a propeller because it's got the jagged edges, and then the fuel control, which is the red, which indicates red for fuel. And that's pretty much all the controls. They're pretty easy to remember once you get used to them.
Number 616, you're exiting my airspace to the west. Radar service terminated. Squawk via far frequency change. Have a good day.